Straight up.
Hello on this wonderful Wednesday. We are live. Thank you for tuning in today. Today we'll be covering some important information with Mr. Sanders.
What's up?
Nick,
Yeah.
aka Brian.
Mm-hmm. Right. Depends on where you're from. Don't say the Nick. If you don't know the Nick, say the Brian. That's fine. Or
That
Mr.
part.
Sanders. Sanders is fine too. A lot of the students, I was talking to a student the other day. I was saying, you call me Sanders, that's fine. You ain't got to call me Nick just because you see Nick on Facebook. So it's cool.
Hey,
Nick is kind of personal.
Nick is personal.
Yeah.
So what can I call you?
I mean, to be honest with you, Brian was where he kind of kicked it off at because it was at the
Brian.
Big Vote event. So Brian is cool. Nick is fine too, though. I mean, it's on there, and everybody that'll probably look at the page, I watch this and see it's under Nick. So
Okay.
I ain't really
Nick,
tripping.
Brian. Depends on
really
how I feel.
yeah,
So I got the okay.
Yeah, it really depends on the person and how I'm feeling too. But yeah.
Okay, we
That's
got
cool.
the
I
okay.
ain't
You
gonna
know,
trip like
Lupus
that.
Has No Face be getting the exclusive, so we do
Yeah.
what we want to do on this
I
show.
appreciate that. Thanks for asking.
Look, he just took over. He a natural. It's his show today.
Yes.
It's his show today.
Welcome to the Savannah Burks show. Guest host Brian, aka Nick, aka Brian, depending on the situation and where we at. So, all right, I'm done.
We gonna get into it. We are here today because voting is coming up November 5th. So we are talking about the critical roles of voting and registration impacting on social changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got Mr. Nick here. He is a very I'm gonna say well-known. He's doing a lot of good in the community. He don't want to gloat on himself. He's doing really good in the community. He's a leader organizer. And before I get into all the juicy things, I want Nick to tell us who is Nick?
Who is Nick?
Who is Nick, and how did you get into this role?
You know, every time I've done, and shout out to the few that have let me come on their show over here at the podcast. What's the official name of the podcast studio? So great. Is it
TDR?
TDR.
TDR Network.
Yeah, Tone Deaf. Yeah, Tone Deaf Records, right? Or Tone Deaf
Network.
Networking. Yeah. Shout out to Tone Deaf Networking. So every time I've come here, never really got to engage and act. You know, who am I? Just to let folks know, I'm just somebody who enjoys and loves this city, loves taking care of his family, being around his family, supporting, you know, the positive moves here that people doing, enjoying great wings, enjoying great customer service, enjoying great hookah nights and loving nights with all the beautiful people here that do great things. I just want to see it develop, and I want to see our people here that have these businesses, these entrepreneurs, these organizers, these organizations, these whatever, mom and pops, whatever you got going on. I just want to see everybody to keep blossoming into what they want, so they can what they want to be, so they can be successful not only to, you know, their families, but to the city of Milwaukee, and keep representing properly. So that's what I really want to see for our community. But personally for me, 37-year-old black male, born and raised on the north or northwest side, depending on which area you want to talk about, between the two places I call, you know, home. It's off of 19th and Hampton and 69th and Hampton. I grew up with the school in the suburbs here, Nicolay, Glen Hills, not in order, so in reverse order: Nicolay, Glen Hills, Good Hope. Did go to MATC and Cardinal Church for a little bit. So that's some of my little background as far as who I am. A little, you know, somebody can write all that down. But okay, that's where he went to. That's what he did. Outside of that,
kudos to that. What do you mean?
There's a bunch of other stuff. I mean,
kudos to that.
Family oriented guy that just likes to hang out with his people and keep it safe.
Keep it safe.
Yeah. So who about you? Who are you?
Oh,
Who are you? Since you,
I'm
look,
getting
you know what I'm saying? Look, I can do some interviewing too. You want to bounce it? I'm gonna bounce it right back. Who are you? What
oh,
you got going on? And what's the highlight of the week for you before you tap more into what we got going on with the voter registration?
okay. We have a change in the show.
Let's do
Who
it.
am I? It depends. I am a glam girl.
Mm-hmm.
I am um an advocate
Mm-hmm.
for lupus.
Mm-hmm.
I am a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
I am a student. I'm a nurse. I'm a mother. Um, I might forgot some things like what exactly it is
Sound like
that you
another
want
black
to.
superhero woman in the mix. Another superhero woman in the mix.
Yeah.
Y'all are dominating everywhere, and I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, like, I give black women so much credit, man, for the ones that raised me and showed me, the ones that family members that I'm close with, the family members I run into and go see every so often, just seeing so much greatness and people hold it down and, being the structure, y'all keep doing y'all thing for the culture, because y'all doing it for the black American culture when it come down to it, because we had to establish our own. We can say we from Africa and our roots is from Africa, yes, absolutely, but the black women have to establish a culture of strength and unity, and it's a legacy that needs to continuously passed down. So you keep doing your thing and keep representing, because that bloodline, that what you doing is going to go into your daughter, what she doing, or your daughter's kids and your son. I don't know if you got sons too.
I do have a
Yeah, so yeah,
son.
see,
My
look, yeah,
friends,
so
I do have
yeah,
a
so
son.
absolutely, yeah. So and I firmly believe in passing them roots and passing that legacy. That's why I continuously try to do my best to honor, and not only just the close family members, but the ones that paved the way, the hardworking barber, the hardworking, businessman or individuals I know. So you keep doing you, and you keep, showing that positivity to your kids, that positive structure to the kids, because they paying attention. You know how we were.
They definitely are paying attention, and we pivoting a little bit, but it's okay because
Because it's on you.
nah, I wasn't gonna bring this up, but some people know when you say like we're strong and things of that nature. An unfortunate situation happened about a week ago with my prince. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but it's just still showing up for the world
Okay.
and still being strong and acting like nothing is wrong. My prince was shot 6 times in broad daylight at work. So it's just unfortunate. Our mental health, the gun violence here, we hear about it all the time, but it never really actually hits until it hit home, and it hit home, and it just makes me want to do so much more, because for the life of me I can't understand why my son wasn't safe at work, but that's another story for another time. But so that was a week ago, and I'm still showing up like nothing is wrong. I'm still being strong. So for you to say that, that just made me want to open that door, because you got to keep going. It's a journey. It's going to be a healing process, and my support team is amazing. His godmother Anita, thank you so much for taking care of everything. My sorority sisters, Gamma, the panel podcast members, just my closest friends, everybody that's been there, they know who they are. So thank you so much for supporting me. Continue to support me, because this is a long journey. This is a long healing journey process. So I may be looking like I'm showing up and nothing's wrong, but it's a lot going on. So show me grace sometimes.
Yeah.
Show me grace sometimes and kindness, because I need it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I heard that. Show her the grace, show her the kindness. Where she going through it. Yeah. I want to just say, just my prayers go out to you, and your mindset, your mental, and of course everybody around you that's going to keep building you up and helping you go through this process and this recovery process as well. So, just God bless y'all, and keep doing your thing. I mean, like I said, it's recovery. Unfortunately, I've had some family members and some friends lately who had to deal with those situations, and the recovery processes, and of course the night trauma and all that. And you said you're a nurse too, right?
mhm.
Yeah, so I'm sure you're really aware of this situation outside of like you said, to it hit close to home. You really don't feel the magnitude of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. I appreciate that,
no
and I
doubt, no
thank you for
doubt.
that. Um, but to turn it around,
Let's do it.
I met this intelligent young man at the Big Boat.
The Big Vote concert, yes.
The Big Boat concert was amazing.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I had fun. We was running around. I was actually doing interviews majority of the night.
Oh, you didn't interview me?
See, I was trying to find whoever wanted to get interviewed. Y'all was, see,
but I'm interviewing you today.
I know, ain't that crazy? Now we got to bring you on. So this look, now I'm getting you back. We're gonna bring you on via voice radio through WNOV, and y'all tap in. I don't know what's camera is it? Up, down,
right here.
Okay, y'all tap in. Y'all tap in to WNOV via voice radio with Wisconsin Voices. We do have a lot of array of topics, and we go into what's going on locally, whether it's a political move or something that you need to know about in the community. So we will be bringing on, you heard it first.
Bikini bags.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna make sure. I mean, we so our big thing is just making sure that we bring on individuals that are trying to build up their organizations, that are working in the community, or if they got something going on that the community needs to hear about. You got to get that stuff out, man. All that silo. Can I say shit on here?
I would prefer you not to.
Okay, I'm sorry. All that silo stuff on here, all that working in silos and creating all this, division in Milwaukee. We're gonna have to get rid of it if you want to see some of that success. We don't want to just always like, we got to go to Atlanta to do this. We got to go to Houston to do this. You got people, all organizations and industries. You want to make sure we're cutting that silo business down so we can actually get some work done here. So that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, and I do want to remind my supporters, our supporters is October is my birthday month. So my birthday gift was giving back to the community, shine light on them. So we are pivoting a little bit from our normal topics, but this is definitely something to talk about.
Yeah,
voting registration.
What you want to talk about with voter registration?
No, before we just take off, I just would like to say Milwaukee really put on at the Big Boat. It was beautiful. It was our community coming together, a free event. We had some dope people in there. We had artists, photographers, just a lot of amazing people in the building, just congratulating one another and sending them a strong message at the end of the day as well.
I liked it a lot. Shout out to Wisconsin Voices. Shout out to Milwaukee Turners. Shout out to Turner Hall, Jasmine Tyler, Rotimi, Little Scrappy, Cuckoo Cow.
They was all in the building.
MK Twins, right? MC Tuss, MK Twins, MT Twins, Ro James, Kid, a Rap Princess, Real Rich, and I think another guy was supposed to perform, Lil RB, who wasn't there. But shout out to all of them, and we will get you back in there too, Lil RB. But shout out to all the artists that came through. I mean, our interview, I think, a little bit over half of the artists, and then I didn't get to catch Scrappy because I was finishing up another interview with Kid Rap Princess. But yeah, it was fun. We was bouncing in the rooms. I seen y'all having a great time, you and your crew. Y'all look like I had a good time.
We had a great time. We had a great time, and we met some amazing people. One was including you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I seen y'all in the hallway having a good time, and I think it was Kenda. She was
Kenda?
Like, hey, she's like, hey, it's first time seeing. Yeah, you too. She's like, you do actually look the same in person. I'm like, you do too. Because you see folks and you be like, oh, who is that? I think you probably got the messages and probably was like, seeing folks and was like, man, I seen you across the room, but I don't really know for sure. And they're saying that people don't look ugly or not. It's just saying some people don't look the same in person. You don't want to be double taking and thinking it's them. And then when you do see them and they match it on in person, you're like, oh, okay.
Thank God I was talking to the same person.
Yeah, because I identified her quick too. So if I would have met you, it would have been the same thing. So
that's the what I appreciate that. I can appreciate that. That's a compliment because I hear so many people.
Photogenic is important.
I hear that I am.
Yeah, staying photogenic is important. If I can identify you in person, walk in and see you online, either way, whichever one I see first, I should be able to go, oh yeah, that's her. That's her right there. Not that I don't know. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Oh my
goodness.
Match
the cheekbones in the jaw structure and see if it's right. So,
you are a mess.
It's bad out here. You know what it is. This is what you say. It's catfish season, hatfish season. They say every season. Everybody got a season.
Man, that comes in person, business, and everything.
Oh yeah, big time. Oh, believe me, I know. I'm seeing the interworkings and a lot of little business workings are just doing things in the community. You just see how people work and how some groups work better with others, and putting on a tight performance or putting on a tight event is it has to be some clear communication brought up. And I think that's what happened with Big Vote. Like we were consistently working on, we were having meetings. My director, I want to shout out as well, Tamika Vukovic, and a couple other people that was on that on those calls. Hip Hop Caucus and a couple other organizations and the promotion team. You know, we consistently on those calls. I mean, I won't lie, I missed like the last two because just got to be honest. But yeah, it was just other things we had to do in the office. But yeah, we definitely went into trying to figure out what way we can make this great for Milwaukee. And I really love that people came out. Of course, I would have loved to see way more people there, but I know it was a Tuesday concert. A lot of people, you know, have kids they got to get situated. The concert was really starting at the time. People would be at home getting, you know, supper or dinner situated. So doors open at 5. It was from 6 to 10. And we started a little late because we just wanted to make sure that we had everything going, you know, flowing appropriately, and it looked like it went off pretty well.
And I want to just touch a little bit on when you said, excuse me, that the room wasn't filled. I just want the entrepreneurs to know, you know, whatever you doing in a community, or if you have a rapping event or a comedy event and the room is not filled, it is okay, because those people that's there is gonna get the message. They gonna laugh. They gonna hear the song. They gonna get everything that you needed to bring. You know what I'm saying? So don't be too focused on the crowd, because we had some celebrities in the building and the room wasn't filled. So it is okay not to have the room filled. Still put on a show as if it's a million people in the room.
Yeah, we could have. It's gonna happen. You know, you just a trial and error thing. You know, we went back. You look at what went great. We had a nice crowd. You know, we didn't have bumping, tapping next. You know, you had enough room to come in there and feel safe. Go in there and get you a quick little drink. You can interact, and shoot, if you was connected to somebody you actually knew, you might have been able to go get you a little plate or get you something to snack on, depending on if you got there earlier. But, you know, we do like to serve food, and we do like to make sure that people are eating. So if it's an event thrown by any of the organizations that I either connected through or maybe even the one I work with, like Wisconsin Voices, we will make sure that, you know, we look out for y'all and have some type of snacks or something. But when it's a event that's free, you best believe that money is going towards everything you look around in that room, whether it's promotion, advertising, free bags. Did y'all get y'all free bags?
Yes, I got 2. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You know, see, that's where the money
I like
going,
the t-shirts in there. There was a couple more other things in there, but thank you. I appreciate it.
For sure. So that's where the money goes. So, you know, that, and then of course you got to pay the talent, and the talent got to get there. The talent needs to, you know, be comfortable. So all that had to be taken care of. So it's free concerts, you know, and it will be more opportunities for free concerts coming y'all way. So don't think that one is just going to be it. You know, if you missed that one, you'll see some other events coming through Wisconsin Voices or some of the partners that we work with as well.
I love that. Let's get to some of these comments real quick.
Let's do it.
We got my sir. Hey, Yasu. Thank you so much.
Woman. Hey, what's going on?
Yes, Tika G in the building. She is a comedy. She got a show coming up on the 12th, you guys. So if you guys are out in Milwaukee, make sure you guys check her out.
Tika Gross?
Huh?
Was that Tika Gross?
Yeah, yes.
I know that name looked familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
Oh, you have. She's been making moves out here.
Yeah.
She
Shout out to
has.
Milwaukee comedy world. Shout out to Milwaukee comedy scene. I was talking to my guy about this yesterday. I was like, I do want to get on stage before I hit 40, at least just do one solid stand-up, but it gotta be, I gotta write down some work before, and it's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of stuff I can speak about, but it has to flow and it has to sound like you actually spend time with it. That's why you got to respect the art of comedy, because
you
can't get up there and sound choppy.
You got to respect anything, though. Anything that somebody's giving. Sometimes, you know, people just not cut out for the job. Yeah. But you got to respect the work that goes into it. Just like I like how when I entered, we didn't go right. They didn't send us right to the concert first. It was like a room that we had to step in first.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, what's this? What's that? What's this? So I liked how you guys had it to where if somebody wasn't registered to vote or if they wasn't thinking about it, you got them registered and then they went upstairs to have fun. Shout out
to the team too. Shout out to the canvassing team, the Wisconsin Voices canvassing team as well. I would not be myself if I didn't shout out the squad that is making it happen. Lanisha, Ayawa, aka Ara. Who else? We got Ken, Emmanuel, Elegant, Nick, Reese, Sedan, who else we got on there? Teran, Shaniel. I think I named the whole squad right there. But thanks to y'all, because of y'all, that we got we got things going. And the ones that we had before, wouldn't be remiss when I mention Anitra or Dante. They got us, some as well. But we had a solid team, and we've had a team of canvassers that have been working their butt off out here, getting people registered to vote. We've been all across the city, and I want to make this clear. We can come to you and get you registered. You can contact me. I can get in contact, or you can contact Savannah. Savannah can get in contact with me, and you can be like, hey, I got 5 cousins over there on 25th and Center that need to be registered. Can you
my God. See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's how we can do it, y'all. We can pull up. We only got a few more days left.
We do got a few more days left. Where can they contact you at? If you can put it in the chat, please, Tone. Where can they contact you at?
So you can get in contact with me at wisconsinvoices.org, or you can reach out to me at the email brian@wisconsinvoices.org if you want to go that route. Outside of that, Wisco, BRYAN on Instagram. You see the name on there somewhere. It's only like it's only like one other cool Nick Sanders in Milwaukee, and I think it's like a white dude. So, or another. I think the other Nick Sanders is like famous or popular. I looked him up on Facebook.
He is.
So I'm like, who's dude?
Nick Sanders. You ain't never watched that? Oh, that's a different topic.
Who's that?
He's an actress, but that's a different topic.
His name Nick Sanders?
Yeah.
Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah.
I never knew. I see him on Facebook. I know his name is Nick Sanders.
Yes.
What show is he on?
Don't give me the line, but most of his shows are funny.
Oh, I never knew.
Most of his shows are funny.
Oh, so I was wondering why he had so many followers. I was like, dang, this dude. Okay. He's an older white guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Comedian or something like that, right?
I think he is, but he's in a lot of shows. Tika G, put a movie up there if you still on that Nick Sanders is in. But it was very dope how our local artists showed up for a powerful message of voting, because your voice do matter. A lot of people say like, why should we vote? Our voice is not heard. Your voice does matter. Your vote do count. If you really sit down and do the research and read, you understand that your voice do matter. If you don't vote, there's no reason why you should complain. There's nothing that you should be complaining about. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't, if your vote wasn't a voice.
Yeah, I agree. We have too many. This is what I see. Milwaukee, a lot of us do complain. We have a right to, because a lot going on, whether it's the trash, the shooting, the reckless driving, the unaccounted for people that come up with missing folks, and we feel like we need more police, or we need more fire services, or you feel like you're trash, whatever it is. We also can't complain, and we're not doing our civic duty at the polls. There's local elections going on. Just don't think of this presidential election as just, okay, I gotta just go vote and do this presidential election and go out here and make my voice heard. Now it's elections going on that you should be paying attention to randomly, whether you got the 2-year elections, you got the automatic elections going on locally. You just missed, and back in April you had what was it, comptrollers, the aldermen was on there. I think it was a few states, Senate seats.
It was.
Yeah, so you had a lot of, and forgive me if I'm forgetting some of the seats that were on there. Of course, I think mayor was on there as well. The turnout for Milwaukee County, especially in our areas, especially the north and northwest side, is too low. I need y'all to take it serious that we can have more things shifting in the way that you want in your community if you're going out and really exercising your right to vote. It's not, it's not hard to go and get registered and go to that school that you pass when you're taking your son, or the school that you take your son or daughter to. You have to do this for their future. A lot of y'all got kids that's going to be struggling. Do you want your kids to struggle and deal with it, or do you want them to mirror the same lifestyle that we had, or some of us had here in Milwaukee? We want to see something better. We want to see more money come into our communities. We want to see more opportunities for them programs. I'm big with Black kids wanting to go into information, AI or tech or green jobs or energy jobs. You know what I'm saying? That is where we need more of our brains to go towards. We have too much skill, and even amongst these parents that's watching this or will be watching this, we have too much skill in our communities, and a lot of y'all are great with math and writing already. Make sure your kids follow that path, or take that genetic trait that they got from you and capitalize off that and make it better for yourself, but also making sure that they're aware that you are taking the voting serious too. They watching you in the house, they watching you watch Sexy Red. I've been seeing the kids look at Sexy Red and dance to Sexy Red. They watching you play them songs and the lyrics and all that. Let them watch you go to the poll. Let them watch you get registered. I appreciate the young kids that we've been pulling up and the parents have been pulling up. Like yesterday we registered at Job Corps.
Okay.
So we worked at Job Corps yesterday. We registered some students, and one of my and our lead, who I can't forget our lead. My bad, Brandon. Shout out to Brandon Triggs. He got an organization as well called Helping Kids Better Themselves, HKBT, and they do summer school programs, and we work with them a lot too through Wisconsin Voices.
We're gonna drop that in the chat too if you guys are interested in registering your kids for summer programs. Yeah. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, his I think they program's wrapping up now, but next year I think y'all should tap in. It's gonna be Helping Kids Better Themselves. It's gonna be HKBT. You got a lot of organizations that work directly with, and I know for our young males or young Black males in the community, some of them need more hands to be put around them. Some maybe more than others.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that we also are having the young parents and the young guardians know that there are programs out here that can help mentor, help develop your child. And for the fathers too, fathers making progress, Believers in Change. You got Believers for Change. You got organizations like Mira, and
you educate me. I don't know nothing about these organizations, so I'm beyond you. Like, what's this again?
Yeah, Sherman Park. You got all these organizations. I mean, that work directly in our community or work somewhere that's connected through somebody that you may know that doing great things that can help your son, maybe even help your boyfriend, your husband, your baby daddy. So shout out to Running Rebels as well.
Q, Quinn, hey brother.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, what's going on, Miss?
You met him. He was one of the photographers that was on the stage filming everything.
Yeah. Oh, he's
the best of the best.
Yeah, for sure. He was
Mindful Mondays.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Gladney. Yeah, he's talking to you or me about present.
We talking.
He's talking to you. Oh, yeah, man, yeah. No doubt. Okay, yeah. Oh man, come on now. Anytime that we can work together in this city, man, I'm with it. When it's pushing positivity, man, I'm so with it. This ain't that them dudes you see out and they be like, yeah, man, I want to do it. Nope. This ain't me, man. That Milwaukee talkie stuff, we got to stop it. We got to actually action, because people will send you off here quick. Don't be those people, man. Do the work together, build those connections, because usually greater connections come from the connections that you establish.
Absolutely. And I love how you said, like, even though this is touching on voting and things of that nature, I love how you said like the fathers need stability too, and a pat on the back, and knowing that they are going in the right direction, and if they're having hard times, they can do that man on man love. Sometimes you need that other man, and sometimes the boys need another man to love and to look up to, and to hug and love too. So to have those type of programs are amazing, and to bring awareness. Like, we got to do a better job of bringing awareness about these organizations that's going on right here in our city, because a lot of people do not know about these. And I feel like if they were known in the front for it could probably potentially save a lot of lives.
It can. And sometimes you don't know about them because you don't be in the loops. Not you per se. I'm just saying, like, individual. A lot of people don't know about them, because I didn't know about some until I really got into working in the organization with Wisconsin Voices. You've seen so many organizations just working together to do something, whether it's like you got Souls to the Polls, they come out there, do something voter related. You got the national groups like Black Voters Matter, and Black Voters Matter, and I believe it's Black Men Vote. You got all these organizations, the national organizations like Nisha that works with us. She's the Nisha is a Black woman here in Milwaukee, Nisha Martin. Shout out to Lanisha, but she is the lead. I want to say she's a lead director for the branch here in Milwaukee for Black Man Build. Black Man Build is a national organization started with some brothers out of Chicago, but they running it out of Miami. And they have an organization where they go around and they do sessions and bring men together. They do Black men circles. They do facilitating. They bring food in. They did one here at their at the whatever that building is on Center, right across from Master Lot. Is that Center? Yeah, that is. Yeah. The building right across from Master Lot. And Black Men Build had an event there. It was nice. And they had a section for women to come and have their own circle. So it wasn't just included, just inclusive to black men. They set it up where Black women had their own circle and was able to talk and sit down together. Beautiful thing, man. When we come together like that, I'm telling you, if we can get 5,000 people in Milwaukee to think on that accord, 5,000 new people, because it's already 5,000 black people in our community doing that. We can do some. I'm telling y'all, man, we can do some stuff in this city, man. We can shake some stuff up if we really come together and stop all this division. And that's what they want. You know, me even talking like this, they get to the wrong hands. They be like, oh, he's really trying to bring Milwaukee together. Yes, I want it to get to the point where they see us and we got the strength in numbers, because we got all these professionals here. Y'all just in too many different areas. We need to bring y'all together. Y'all
yes.
We just need to bring y'all together when it's time, not when it's white party time, not when it's black party time, not when it's Adidas party time, not just when it's hookah, drinks, wings, R&B Tuesdays, Thursdays, yes. Fridays, karaoke. We should be able to do this all the time. And when we do that, we should still be able to have fun in those settings.
Yeah.
And still be able to talk about business. Like we got a problem with this alderman. We need to work on trying to figure out if they're going to do what they need to do or move them around. We got a problem with this exec or this representative over here. That's how we collectively get things done, but that's a whole nother subject.
Man, I'm gonna have to have you on this show. You got your hands in like each and every pot, and I would like to focus on one thing at a time, but we gonna highlight all of them.
That's shouting out the people that do it.
No, while we here, shout out to all y'all.
People.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you're not wrong, because we have organizations over here and over there, like you said. And if we can, so if I come to your event, right? One of your event was the Big Boat, right?
Yeah.
My crew come there. Mm-hmm. And then you come to ours.
Yep.
And then ours go to theirs. Like, if each organization support each other, nobody can fail, and everybody will get fed, and it will continue to grow, and people will know who they are and whose they are. So it's just like, you know, the division is very real. Gatekeeping is very real. And it's more power in connecting. Connecting. More power is in connecting, not dividing.
Yep. Look, somebody was saying the other day, it was like somebody feeling like you gonna miss out on this opportunity because, or like this person gonna take away your business because you showed this person the game. Like, no, it's enough for us all to get it.
Absolutely.
We can't do that.
How is Champs taken away from Foot Locker, or Foot Locker's taken away from Foot Action, and Foot Action taken away from Playmakers? It's just so many different shoe stores, clothing stores, makeup lines. Like, that mindset is small. It's a mindset. That mindset is small, because what's for you is for you.
Look at JD Sports. I don't know where they came from. I know they've been out for a while, but you know, they had online stores. But look, they popped one right next door to wherever they had. It was at Mayfair, right next door to whatever it is, Finish Line or whoever. And they took somebody out. They took a store out, and they got a brick and mortar inside Mayfair. So, and they came up from wherever they came up from. They wasn't scared to start a shoe company. Foot Locker been in the game for a long time. You had a lot of shoe places that came, and like it was Athlete's Foot back in the day. You remember Athlete's Foot?
No, but I'm just laughing.
Oh, man. Anybody? Did I just age myself? Hey, Kendall, what's going on? What's good?
Hey, baby.
Hey.
No, that is so right, and I cannot stand it. But it has gotten better in some organizations. People will come together, but that mindset is all a mindset. It's a small mindset. You think small, your business is gonna be small, and your business will fail, because you only can reach so much at a certain level before people get to falling off, or your product get to not being in demand.
She ain't doing nothing. She ain't trying to network with people, man. She rude. She come to her. She don't want to talk about nothing. She look at you crazy. Give you side. No, people be that stuff. People talk about that. Who want to work with that?
Listen. People need to entrepreneurs, businesses need to understand the customers is what and who feeds you. You're nothing without your customers. So it's for
customers.
It's for you to
investors.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's for you to show with smiles and all of that. You have to give the customers what they need, and the customers are never wrong. And the investors.
Because you know what? What I used to say too when I was doing the little work this program, you got to talk to your internal customers and your external customers. Your internal customers are the ones that you work with, you know, your coworkers. I mean, depending on what type of field you in, you know, you work in the medical field, so your internal customers would be the other doctors you work with, the CNAs, the LPNs, whatever you work with inside, of course. And your external customers are the ones that you're servicing through whatever, you know, type of hospital, clinic, or site that you may work. You got your external customers, and you got to understand both ends of that. You certain way that you still got to show that internal customer service. You know, I have to show you internal customer service because this is a business opportunity that we doing with each other right now. I ain't gonna come in here and be like, yo, what up, man? It's your show. What's up? You got another, you know, whatever.
This show has been interrupted.
Thanks for coming out, Brian, Nick, whatever your name is. You got to go. Tone be like, yeah, man, you can't come back no more. You know, so it'd be something like that. You know, you have to show that internal customer service the right way, and you got to mirror it with your external customer service. And they can differentiate big time because both have different needs, but you have to make sure that you are, exercising that type of mindset.
I love that you know what you're talking about and you so confident in what you're talking about. You know how sometimes people just be talking and they don't know what they be talking about. In the first couple, like, you don't know what he talking about.
He just be speaking in circles. And, yeah. I don't want to get up here and sound crazy because it's recorded and people going to be watching. Look, go back what he said at 10, 15 minutes. He said something about them folks over there.
And they do that.
Yeah.
And they do that.
I'll be on the clip on YouTube. Not today, guys. Please don't. Not today.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
How can the local government address transportation challenges that individuals with disabilities, including those with lupus, experience mobility issues faced with trying to vote? This is a two-part question. Mm-hmm. What accommodations might assist those with experiences unpredictable flare-ups?
Mm-hmm. So I think the big thing that's important about that is making sure that we have, and we continue to fight for opportunities for, and I was thinking about like the absentee ballots mm-hmm. and being able for them to access and either vote, register online, and also be able to cast, some type of ballot or something online. The biggest thing is just having them absentee ballots, having somebody be able to come, to be able to come to their house, family mm-hmm. member that they respect or love and trust, be able to sign that ballot. I mean, be able to, vote and do their, their duty, and then somebody be able to take their ballot and take it to a place for them. They shouldn't, somebody that's having flare up, somebody that's having lupus conditions. And I understand because I've had some friends in the current, a few friends right now that are, have went through lupus or have experienced lupus in the past that I was close with. And I've seen them go through the flare ups. I've seen them not want to do nothing, but then, by the weekend, the energy be on point. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you back here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we cool. Turn up then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So them days, very unpredictable. Yeah, I know, and I see that, and I respect that. And I've seen it even with even with another my best friend's cousin. She went through it. So it's been about 5 or 6 people I've seen in some form, close, or I guess you could say one off from somebody I really was close to. It's important that we have absentee ballots for people. It's important that we have access for folks or ways for people to get their ballots to a drop box. So that's the main thing for me, is having access to that. And we have to continue to fight for that absentee ballots, those boxes, and make sure that we keep them for people who aren't able to make it, people with the medical conditions or individuals that are like our grandparents and great grandparents who can't make it to the polls.
Absolutely. So what do you think about them trying to take it away?
We don't get down with that. We don't, and that in our community in Milwaukee, you shouldn't get down with that either. That's just opportunities for your grandparents, your mom. Some of us got ailing moms and parents who can't get out the bed. Your dad, who he may be in his right mind for 20 minutes because he took his medicine, or he might have had his medicine at the corner store, whatever the case may be. We need these ballot and these drop boxes to be able for folks like you to come be able to get your parents' stuff and take it to the library where you can drop this off where there's no issues. We can't have it where our people in our communities are not registering to vote because there's no access. That's why we're trying to make it as easy as possible through the organization Wisconsin Voices. And we're also trying to make sure that we have people that we work with that are lobbying towards keeping the ballot boxes around, doing these critical points like these elections. No tampering, no playing, lock boxes, lock them up. Like they had little things where they were saying, certain types of, security measures that they've been having to take. Yeah. It's serious. This is not a game, serious. Man. People, this is voter suppression 101, guys. I'm telling you, they want to take away. We talk about this every week. And if you ever listen to the radio show, they're not going to take something from you that's not valuable. Your vote is valuable. Why you think they trying to get you to stop from doing it? What you look at your cousins, all of us got cousins in Georgia, family members, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, all these voter suppressed cities. A lot of these places can't even register to vote right now. It stopped today, yesterday, or a lot of them are stopping this week, or they might stop. You can kind of look at it now. Go on your phone. That voter registration, they cut it off early. Even during the hurricane, they don't want to push back the voter registration. People are running away. They don't want to kick back the early voter registration just because people gonna lose days because they're evacuating, and they still want to cut off the early voter registration. That's crazy.
That's insane. That's insane. That's
voter suppression, y'all. voter
controlling
suppression.
the votes.
Yeah,
that's controlling the votes. If you want to look at it like that, that's controlling the votes.
My bad, I got a little.
No,
yeah.
this is for you. No, because they need to understand. They need to
Yeah.
understand voting is very serious.
People need to understand how serious. I mean, it's just really for our,
It's
the generation.
serious though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, our this blood, sweat, and tears and fall. People that come. We talk about this all the time, but people really lost their lives at amounts that y'all don't even understand. When it comes to, it's a lot of stories that you may hear because we hear the ones that might have made it through, a movie or something like that. But tap in, look at some of the deeper stories that you may see about how much they've been fighting to take away your right to vote, and you'll go to the poll. All right. This is what I was saying. This is another one. Then I'm gonna let you go have it.
No, have it.
No. This is what I'm saying. Check this out. So, you know how we go places, y'all, and we do something illegal, like we all been in Summerfest, State Fair, somewhere, and
absolutely,
and partake in something that we wasn't supposed to be doing there. And we did it with confidence, and we did it with esteem, and just, yes, I'm going to go over here and do this illegal activity, whatever it is. You stuck a bottle in, you lit something, you tooted something, you dropped something somewhere, whatever. You did something illegal, or wherever you was at, festivals. Why can't you go fight for something that's as powerful and that is legal as much as you fight for something that's illegal, like smoking weed at a festival or smoking weed at, in at the rave or something? Why you just can't spend 10, 15 minutes do that? And I'm not saying I'm not better than nobody else when it comes to this. I just know that we can all do this, and it can help y'all
absolutely
who need to see that if we don't, they're going to take more and more and take more control of the city, and we won't have opportunities. And I'm more talking about local election. Of course, the presidential election is important, but what we need to stress and address is local election too as well, and being in the loop about that. And
so to go back to the local elections, how important, for those that do not know, how important it is to vote for your senator or your alderman and your mayor. How important is, tell them what it is that they do and can do.
Are you trying to put me on blast about their titles and all that?
I know. I'm just
so
telling you.
You got like, all right. So far as what the aldermen do, they pretty much.
Some people really don't know.
I'm not an alderman. I'm not a state rep or any of that. One day I may run for one of those, but at the moment I'll just skim over the ones that I can, and I'll get definitions for the rest. Aldermen's control our areas where we currently live at in the city. If you need a speed bump, if you need some trash looked at, or if you have anything that may be even more serious than that, they are the ones that's supposed to be assisting, regulating things, and making sure that things get taken care of in your neighborhood. Also, they have,
for example, like what?
Trash is picked up on time. So any of y'all that may stay off of like Hampton anywhere, like 69, 70, 71st, Cortland, Hope, tell me if y'all see all the speed bumps. So what happened was, I got tired of everybody speeding down my auntie block. And this was like 2019, maybe 2020. I don't know, 2020. I don't know. Russ can help you out. So I was trying to curb that, because we got all these people, curb that, because you have all these people speeding off of Hampton right down my auntie's block, and I was tired of it. I did a petition, had a speed bump. Did a petition, went around, only had 2 people off the block that didn't want to sign it, or one that didn't want to sign it, and one that wasn't at home. And
so if I can just interject a little bit.
Yes, go ahead. Go.
So the problem was people were speeding down your auntie block. It was unsafe for her, right?
Yep.
So you petition. Mm-hmm. Where can you go to even start a petition?
I just made a petition at the office, wherever I was
at. What office? Just for the people that do not understand or don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't do this I probably didn't do this the most proper way. So I used,
but it worked though, right?
I went and talked to some aldermen and stuff like that. So I did talk to, Mr. Stamper, Alderman Stamper, shout out Russ. But also at the time, Mr. Cavalier, or Mayor Cavalier Johnson was the alderman. Now it's Mr. I forget, Mark Chambers, Mr. Mark Chambers over there as well. Shout out Mark, my bad, bro. I'm just, it's brain fart. It's been a long day.
Okay.
Yeah, he should be mad. I know Mark for a long time as well, but Mark wasn't over there yet. But Chevy was over there, or Mr. Cavalier Johnson, Mayor Cavalier Johnson was over there, and he was probably busy with getting ready for his campaign. Now I know. He's getting ready to take a position over. And yeah, that's what I did. I hollered at Russ, and Russ helped me out, and I got it on there. It took a while though. It didn't come like boop. It's there because I think it has to get to a point like the neighbors of that area have, you gotta pay for that speed bump.
Okay.
But after that speed bump,
who has to pay for that?
The taxpayers of the neighborhood, I think, on the block. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the technicality of that, but I'm sure it's some with taxpayers paying for that speed bump on that block, which they shouldn't. That's crazy, but it makes sense though. I guess but you're already getting folks 4 different ways with adding taxes. I see it $60 here, $70 here for property owners and stuff like that. So, and then of course for us, all of us, we paying that sale tax, the wheel taxes, sale tax. Even if you don't own a crib, you still paying some type of new tax in Milwaukee. Welcome to Milwaukee. It's gonna take all that to make a better city, but we got to get that money on the north and northwest side, and not only that, we got to get it to the south side too. I'm gonna say north and northwest because that's where I'm from, and that's where a majority of these listeners are from and viewers. But south side gonna need the love. But I want to see that money put to the northwest side if we're gonna have taxes on all these things. So.
All right. How can local governments better educate voters with disabilities, particularly those managing chronic illness like lupus, about their rights and the resources available to assist them in voting process?
You hit me with another. Okay, say that one more time because that was a lot. That was a lot to unload with that.
I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna give it to you parts. I'll give it to you
parts. You need to come holler at me when I get my if I ever run for office, which or my next position. That's some serious questions right there.
Listen, I'll be
next time I'm coming in a suit and I won't be dressed like I'm going to.
I want you comfortable.
Football.
We vibing. No, you good. How can local governments better educate voters with disabilities, particularly those managing chronic illnesses like lupus?
It's all about promotion. It's all about promoting getting the proper health care. We need proper health care for
taking a step whole
country. We need better health care. I mean, we spend so much money on defense. We spend so much money in other areas in government, primarily defense. I think I see a substantial amount compared to other areas in government that we spend money. But we definitely need to put more money into the healthcare system nationwide. I want to see more people here. This is the United States of America, man. We should have more people here walking around in better conditions, and they should be able to leave and feel confident that they're not going to have a mental breakdown because their medication going to wear off. They shouldn't have to have cheap medication. They shouldn't have to deal with cheap plastics that they use for their type 1 diabetes checks or type 2 diabetes check, whichever one it is. There should be quality given to the United States of American citizens, especially for people out here who are paying taxes, doing what they're supposed to do, living a righteous life, taking care of business, and trying to live life in this society. We should be able to have the necessary items. So it's really about them flowing more money into the healthcare system. That's really what it's all about, sure, and giving awareness. And I don't even go deeper than that. I mean, at some point, we're going to have to talk about a class action suit for somebody for all these malfunctions and not misappropriation, but all these wild, I guess some of these medical, I don't want to say them mistakes, but some of the things that they've done to Black women in hospitals, that needs to be opened up. There needs to be investigations across the country on that. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be more investigations into mistakes that the hospitals have made. It needs to be more accountability held. And also, if we need to get more doctors that's going to take care of us in our Black communities that are worried about us, we need to increase the pay in the inner city and bring in Black doctors if we need to. And that's something we need to address, is flood more money into that system, without taking control of the system. I don't want to see it where it's a government ran system when it comes to, overall healthcare and doctors across the country. I want it to be a free range, but I also don't want it to get to a point where people are taking advantage of us, continue to think they can take advantage of us and come in and take, and diagnose our kids with ADHD and ADD, and they don't even have that. All that stuff needs to be, it needs to be more, but that's me thinking in a whole nother mindset.
No, like you getting juicy.
It's too deep, man. There's a lot going on out here, man. It's a lot of stuff going on from different angles. So you open up, you untap, you tap into you speaking about government and what they can do to help. What they can do to help is keep awareness and keep folks and keep folks on point, or and make sure folks are able to pay for what they need. You know, medications and all. We shouldn't have. If you got something that you could check out in any moment, you need to make sure that you got the proper treatment, medications, even if it's herbal or whatever they call it. Holistic. Yeah, all that. Come on now.
See, so you saying that
you got me thinking another world though. That's another world.
I listen. No, I'm just saying you saying that healthcare and government and all of this comes together in order to get our disabled people or people with chronic illnesses able to vote, right? I believe that because the awareness, right? Most people don't understand what they have access to and what they are entitled to, because what you don't know is what you just don't know. If nobody ever told you, you just don't know until you meet that person that have told you. And if you haven't met that person that have told you, you will never know.
That's why networking is so important.
Yeah, when I went to Washington D.C. this past, I believe May, a lot of our primary care providers, our PCPs, don't know what we should be having access to. That's for free. So we have to educate them so they can educate the patients. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So it is definitely a streamline. And I totally agree with you on that, because it is good healthcare out there that they can have, that they have the rights to have, but they just don't know how to go about it. Yeah. So if you don't know how to go about it, you're never going to do, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get what you need to be better.
I like that. Yeah. Got to tap in the best you can. I mean, you know, and really stepping out your comfort zone too. If you need something and you are still in the mindset or in the physical body or to get up and go get it, you need to go ahead and, you know, step out the comfort zone, man. We went through pandemic, y'all. A lot of us came out of there and said, I ain't gonna never do that again. Some of y'all left relationships.
Some got married. Some had
babies.
Some are entrepreneurs. Never went back to work.
Never went back to work. You know, you need to continuously step out that comfort zone. Don't forget what we was doing in 2020, 2021. We was out here stepping out our comfort zone. Some of y'all was like me, going down to Chicago, flying down there, kicking it. Wasn't supposed to be doing it. You stepping out your comfort zone. Some of y'all probably never did that before. I ain't never just drove to Chicago for no reason during that's stepping out your comfort zone. Some of y'all went down there and came back parents. You know, whatever you stepped out your comfort zone. You know, continue to step out your comfort zone to get aware of what. I know that's horrible, right? Continue to step out your comfort zone to figure out what's going on that fits you in your life and what you may need to make yourself better and your family better.
I agree with you. Back to me. See,
back to Savannah.
I like you. You taking control of the show and putting me on. No, I'm just playing. I like it. In what ways do mail-in votes or absentee ballot serves an effective alternative for individuals with disabilities, including those with lupus symptoms?
Right. Just like I said earlier, it's really just, you know, people being able to do what they need to for their family members and pull up and grab a ballot while, you know, grandma's in there making a pie, but she ain't able to hop in the Oldsmobile like she was 10 years ago. Is best for, you know, that working mom who ain't got the time to go to the polls like she did through, you know, for the last election, because now she's taking care of her family, or she got a new opportunity or business opportunity, or for that young brother that's starting his program that, hey man, I can't pull up to the, you know, polls like that before. I got to do this absentee back. You know, that's what it's all about. It's about those the people that are going through certain things at home that may not be a physical handicap, but maybe a mental handicap or mental disability. You know, we should still be nurturing and putting our arms around them and making sure that they know that they need to vote. You know, if they understand what's going on, you know, and they understand the world and they got their own mind and they don't feel like they off in another space, make sure that they get registered to vote.
So you said another space, right? So that just made me think. We're going to take it a step further.
What's up?
What about the mental illness, the homeless people? Mm-hmm. So the homeless people have no address, right? Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? And what do you think can be done to get the homeless people to be able to vote without not having an address?
Man, we've been having some of this issue with the registration and registering students now. The homeless and some of the, you know, and the homeless ain't just like, you know, you don't have a physical place. You may have a physical place, but you may be somebody that just don't have a place to like really an address to put. The biggest thing that we've been seeing, what we have seen, is for some of the homeless that we was registering prior, when we were able to, we were just going off of, you know, social security numbers, and we could just go in and we can get them. They would send out a proof of registration, and then they would go back to them, and then it would like show like a proof of registration to wherever they wanted to say that their place of residence was, and then they can go get registered after that. So let's just say your place of residence, you said it was the library. You could they was putting that in as for, you know, where they would register at when we was going in through the social security. It's hard when we have homeless and they don't have a physical identification, a physical ID, or a physical place to put for a house. I think that there should be a designated place, and I've seen it where some people are using some of the centers that they're at, you know, some of the locations that they're.
Is that okay to do? Like, is that valid? Is that acceptable? You know what I mean?
If they're a resident, like a long-term resident.
What's long-term consist of?
Long enough to get an ID for that location. It's really
so
about
many restrictions.
Yeah, and that's the voter support. Yeah, it's a lot of it. This ain't our rules, y'all. This is just the way. It's just, they make it hard. You know, we had to change certain things the way we did some of our voter registration. Even yesterday, I forgot personally that we could go in and change a person's ID through the DMV, through the program that we use when they need to update their identification. But I forgot about it because it's so many rules that come with it. I just want to be honest and make sure that I'm doing it right. I'd rather not do something versus taking a chance and like, oh shoot, I didn't, you know, and then it blowing up and it's being something that may be broadcast on the news for,
and
you know,
come back
voter
and
fraud,
get you,
voter fraud on accident. Come on, I don't know voter fraud, period. Man, who want 3 years off of voter registration? I ain't trying to get no time off no voter registration. What you in here for, bro? Man, I mess around it. Registered dog wrong.
And that's sad because all you trying to do is help, and you mistakenly did something. That is so absurd. It's just ridiculous.
So it with the homeless people, we've had some that were homeless that had somewhere to register, like an ID, that they had a place, like a location. They just, you know, they just weren't there at the moment, or they used to live, or they had access to the place to register, but they just can't, you know, they can't physically live there. Or it's tricky. A lot of the people we have, they lived at locations that were long term. For us, our biggest thing is trying to make sure we get as many people, long as you got that, you know, that state ID, and long as, you know, it's valid. That's the biggest thing for us, is make sure that we're doing it the proper way through proper state ID or proper identification that the state of Wisconsin acknowledges through the voter election.
So I'm gonna take it a step further, right? Because you need ID to vote.
Yeah.
Do you guys participate or do something to where you are giving IDs to the homeless people? Like, is there a way that you are making that happen for them?
No, most of the time they have to go through some type of.
So no one out on the street going to them and doing it like that. They have to go to a DMV.
Yeah, I've not seen anybody from the DMV that's like processing IDs on the spot.
I would really like to see that. I would really like to see for the homeless. No, it can be done though. It can definitely be done. I would really like for somebody to. I would really like to see for the homeless, or for, you know what I'm saying, for people that's going around issuing IDs, issuing medical cards, because it's something that can be done, right? Yeah. It definitely can be done. Yeah. And see how that turns out.
That's a state thing. That'd be a state.
Yeah.
That'll go through state, then DMV. So I mean, right there.
Again, people gotta care enough,
and that's another thing. You're making things easily accessible to possible people who may not want to make it accessible. They may not want it to make it easy for you to get people IDs right on the spot. So we're gonna be like, nah, we would just have to. That got to go through the proper channels. That maybe have to be lobbied through somebody at the state, and then it trickle down, because it may have to be required. That'd be something that you know, it had to be set up like, so why does this need to be done, so we can get more people registered to vote? That
exactly.
You know, and
only like, for the homeless
registered to vote. I don't know about that, you know, but it just depends on, you know, who's in there, who agree with it, and then I'm sure some more technicalities behind the scenes, that you don't really, when it comes to doing IDs on the street. I mean, you had to find like a command post or something.
I'm saying, like, I'm sure it can set up something,
Yeah.
Set up something, have your little
Gotta get
thing
them to
set up
spend
for
that
a couple
money
of
too.
hours. I mean, we spend it anyways.
They do. They have to get them to spend it on some, would that be a DMV command post for on-site voter registration? Boom. That's made a name for it right there.
But I'm just saying, like, people need to sometimes think outside the box to help our community, because thinking outside the box is what's going to get us there. It can't always be, you know what I'm saying, white and black.
Yeah. So, question for you.
Okay.
How do you feel about, and this is something I asked, since I didn't get to ask you this at the concert, so I didn't get to interview you. So how's the local voting or how's the local election season, or just the voting registration season? What have you seen from people in your community, in your circle, in your tribe, in voting and voting registration, and are they taking it serious?
My crew, the people I am around, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm around people that have things to lose and professional people. So they are definitely taking it serious. Very important. I mean, and I have heard, some say that what's the point, even though they are professional, but they're still going to vote. You know what I mean? So but they're going to vote. Everyone is going to vote. And I think you should. So to go back to you, what do you say, or what do you suggest when people say I'm not voting? Do you encourage them to vote anyways?
Yes. I was at Juneteenth this year, and I kind of went on a little rant on accident about a basketball course, but it wasn't loud. It was just like, pretty much going into, because we was doing voter registration. We've been doing the voter registration since April. We'll wrap up.
Really?
Yeah, we've been doing it since April. So we've been out here knocking it out, and it's not been easy all the time, because you got a lot of a lot of organizations that's out here doing it different ways too. So, but I was over there and I was just telling them, like, don't get to complaining when you don't have, when this can't flow this way or this ain't flowing this way. Because we was talking to a lady, and that's what I'm saying. These women, some of these women that we talking to, they could be heads of households, and some of them are in their latter 50s and 60s, and they're over here not representing for whoever they may be that may be coming behind them. You got to show them that you serious about it. That's why their 35-year-old son or daughter saying that they ain't registering to vote, and then whatever, the cousin, kid, whoever. But you seeing it a lot. I see a strong groups of people that saying they are, and they understand it, because people understand it. Like, they actually starting to tap in. I think what it really come down to is you sitting at home, sitting by yourself, and seeing what's really going on.
When you by yourself, you get thinking a whole lot.
Especially for y'all that do some of them serious drugs. Do some of them drugs and open up some of that stuff that you see with the presidential stuff and that election stuff. Go ahead, do them drugs, and go in there, do some shrooms, and go in there and read something about.
We are not promoting drugs.
I'm not. I know they do. I'm just saying, because some they said you do all your stuff, or you have a strong drink, and you want to see something hit you different. Read some of that stuff when you a little under influence. You can be like, damn, you're gonna get sobered up real quick, because you're gonna be thinking it's fake. Like, what? They want to get rid of the National Weather Channel, the National Weather Radar, the National Weather, whatever you want to call it. They want to get rid of that. You see what's going on in Florida, right? Do you know that them folks would be struggling to figure out what direction that storm is coming if they get rid of that National Weather Service?
That's why is that even a thing?
That's one of the things that wants to get rid of. We nonpartisan. I'm just stating both sides got things that you may not disagree with. But I'm just saying some of the crazy stuff from one side.
You about to get me started. I'm not trying to get started. Let's go back to the Weather Channel. Ahead. Why is that even a thing? Why do people even care to even change anything that's already been there for ages? Why is that even so important on somebody's radar?
I didn't even dig into why that would be so important, to be honest with you.
There's so many other things that we could be concerned about.
I just feel like it gotta be, who wants to get rid of the way you don't want people across the country, even for us, we may not know the way a storm is coming. Do you imagine? All right, so let's say it's January, my birthday January, but let's go with January. Let's just say it's like, the weekend of January 11th, which is my birthday, y'all. Let's just say it's January, around the January, Capricorn. Not like Tyrese, though. I I like Tyrese. Don't get me wrong, but Tyrese was on the road that one year. He was crying. Everybody listening to me. He threw me off, and they say it was mental health, but I thought he was just trying to get attention because we Capricorns, we don't get that emotional. Not like that. Not crying.
You just got emotional.
What was
talking about the election?
That's passionate though.
That's emotional.
It's still emotional, but I ain't like crying about it.
It don't matter. It's emotional.
I ain't gonna cry.
You may not be that deep in it. Y'all put you on the spot.
Yeah. So say it was a snowstorm and we don't know what amount, when it's coming, how it's coming. We just wake up and we just hit with like 14 inches. Like, man, they said it was gonna be 2. Oops. Fox 12, whoever else may not have the strongest systems to pick up what the National Weather System may pick up. And now we stuck with, or we just stuck because we don't know how to get out the house because we just got hit with more than we was expecting. And the city may be thrown off and they don't know. They may be preparing for 2 inches when it was 14. So yeah, that little stuff right there is an issue. African American studies.
It ain't little, but it is an issue. Yeah. It's little for it to be on their radar.
Yeah. African American studies.
Oh my God.
Not knowing your history. A lot of us already don't pay attention to the history because we don't care about it. A lot of people, unless it's Black History Month, we don't be paying attention to who created. Black people created more than majority of this stuff in this room in some way or form or fashion.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like air conditioning and microphones and potato. I'm sure it's potato chips in here. We in here with, bro. I know you got a bag of chips in here somewhere, Brody. But potato chips, all that stuff. So it's just why would you not want your kids to know about that or just about certain wars or ways that our ancestors broke apart or created certain systems or helped create certain systems or how Benjamin Banneker created something in DC or did something? Why would you not want them to know that? Trying to get or deeper than that, slavery or what a group of people did to another group of people. So want to get rid of that. There's other things too. And obviously, controlling women's rights. We don't do that. We don't get down with that. Women can do whatever they want, how they want, where they want. Say it again. Women can do whatever they want, where they want, how they want.
That part.
I don't condone none of that. We're against that. You know what I'm saying? Any man that's control of that, you are weak. Why you care about what another individual is doing, period. To their bodies at that.
Absurd. That is absurd. Oh my God.
We like what we like, but I understand you don't got to be in control of what's going on with every person. And that is a red flag for a country that's supposed to be all about progression and freedom and democracy.
So we gonna close out on that because that was strong that you just said that. So I am here with the wonderful Nick Sanders. Hey. Nick Sanders, what do you have coming up in a community where we can tap in, come to, be a part of?
Yes. So we do have some events. You can go to you check out what we got going on wisconsinvoices.org. But outside of that, we do have a votercade. This the weekend of the week. Yeah, this weekend. We do have Black Voters Matter, Black Votes Matter coming in to town, and a couple of our other partners will be doing a votercade. We'll be.
What's a votercade? I'm sorry.
It's pretty much we hop in line and we go through the communities and we just promote, voting. We set up shop at a location, do talk about voter registration, or we do voter registration. We have our organizations out there. So that'd be something we could do. And also, if you need any more details on any of that, tune in to, y'all write this down real quick.
Tom, put it in the chat, please.
860 WNOV, Be a Voice Radio. Again, that's Be a Voice Radio, 860 WNOV, 106.5 FM for the people that like to be on FM and hear the the clarity in the radio station. We will talk about events and all that stuff on Friday as well. So we have a show Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Y'all can tap into the show on Friday. I appreciate the support. I do like to know that we have our millennials and Gen Z, especially our millennials. I love all our millennials that's working hard in our city doing great things. So it's nice that we can kind of tap into each other's careers and see what we doing, especially for us that work in organizations that have to promote getting out in the community and doing things. So if it's something that y'all want us to support or partnerships, I do a lot of the partnerships and help with a lot of partnerships as well. So I love to bring on more partnerships too. That's another thing I enjoy doing. And come see us at the office too. The office address is on there too. So come to the office, come check us out, come get a tour or something, come say what up.
They're gonna be flooded.
They come through and say what's up. They ain't gonna come. you know, you give advice here all day. I'm gonna have some chicken wings in there.
Oh, when I'm coming,
have some chicken wings and some hookah. No, wait, that's how you get them. I'm gonna have some wings, some hookah, and then you know I'm gonna have Steve the Stoner pull it. No. Oh yeah, shout out Steve the Stoner. I say his name as one of the artists we had too. Shout out Steve the Stoner as well.
It was a lot of artists there. Yeah, it was a lot of artists there. So it was so lovely to have you, and all the great things. You are so welcome, and all the great things that you are doing in the community. And we definitely want to be a part of it. I definitely want to be a part of it, and the panel MK want to be a part of it. So we definitely gonna be reaching out to you. So until then, we are live every Wednesday at 6:30. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Please be sure to follow, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time.